One of the most frequently asked questions I get every single year is how to defend empty formations. Now, empty formations inherently aren't the best offenses in the game. It's the bunch, the trips tight ends of the world that tend to give people issues. However, a lot of players online, when they don't know how to move the ball out of the most effective formations, will go into these 2x3 formations and try to get the ball out quickly. And believe it or not, a lot of players, even some intermediate to expert level players, struggle with a player that will just run some basic concepts out of empty. So in today's video, I'm going to give you guys a very simple blitz. Believe it or not, this could be a 3-man pressure. And the best part is it cannot be slide protected. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell, and make sure you guys drop a comment below to help this video perform in the YouTube algorithm. Let's get after it. So I want to show you guys one of the things that I tend to run in terms of just my base defense. And this is something that actually can be very easily countered, but I just want to kind of explain my overall approach. And I'm going to start off with the 1-4 defense found in the Minnesota Vikings defensive playbook, as well as several others in the game. Now, what I'll do is I will actually come out and I will play a cover 3 match style loop pressure like the one that you see here. This pressure is extremely good. And if your opponent doesn't know how to block the loop blitz, it's very good at getting home. And this can win the game for me in a lot of cases. However, because this defense is based in cover 3 match, I tend to get a lot of players that go to the tried and true route known as the fade smash route. This is the route right here to Devin Hester, and it is a cover 3 match killer, especially if it is run by the left side receiver, Odunze, or the right side slot receiver, Olsen. In fact, I'll go into this empty formation and I'll show you that this is found throughout this formation as a whole. So if my opponent knows this, I oftentimes can't rely on this coverage. Note here the play slot fade cross. Also note here the play known as slot shock option. And then of course the play that I was just showing you, deep attack, where the inside receiver on the trip side runs it. Any of the slot receivers in this empty formation could run this route that serves as a 1-play touchdown at any moment. And that makes running a cover 3 match blitz a little bit more difficult. However, a lot of players will also come out in their empty formation and they will do the verticals thing. And if you don't know what the verticals thing is, it's essentially they're going to come out and run something like this, where we set up our defense and let's say that we can't run cover 3 match. So we shade it down to be a cover 3 hard flat, or we shade it up so they're purple zones. But this verticals meta is super annoying out of trips because a lot of players will just hike and then throw the ball to that middle receiver. Now, of course, I didn't throw the ball very quickly there, but a lot of times you guys know that middle receiver on the trip side is actually quite good when your opponent is running a cover 3 defense. So I'll go ahead and throw this ball out pretty quick here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So this little seam route right here, a lot of people will pass lead that inside. Now we're getting good breaks on the ball here with this, but again, when the ball is on a hash, a lot of times they just hike throw it right down the seam and it's super annoying. And then you start to go and you worry about that seam route. So you begin to, lurk a little bit more on this side. And then that's where they start to kill you with the crossing route and then this drag over the middle. So a lot of players struggle with verticals. It's just everybody runs a go and then the left slot runs a drag. And for whatever reason, that's like a kryptonite for a lot of players. And I'll admit, myself included from time to time. So that's where today's blitz that I'm going to show you, this brand new style of blitz, comes in. And you guys are going to be able to lock down the field and not give up this meta whatsoever. So what we're going to do here is we are going to run the double safety go walk down out of a formation known as the 2-3 Sam. Again, keeping in mind here that I am in the Minnesota Vikings defensive playbook. With this, we're going to set cover 4 drop as an audible. Now, you should be familiar with this walk down meta out of formations such as the 3-2 or even the 1-4, but this is going to be a little bit better out of this formation because we're going to set up a blitz that they cannot run verticals against. They cannot slide protect. They must get out of empty or else they're going to face immediate pressure. So we come out in the double safety go, we audible to cover 4. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make 2 adjustments. The first one is going to be shift our defensive line left or right. Doesn't matter. In this example, we'll shift them to the left. Then we're going to pinch the linebackers. And then we're going to blitz the linebacker that is on the side of the nose tackle. When we shifted to the left, that means we're blitzing the left of screen linebacker. Now, this is your blitz setup. A lot of players will struggle with this. You could shade this down to hard flats. They can't throw quick in the seams because of the walk down. Sometimes players will change the slot corners in these dollar style metas with the walk down to vertical hooks, make you spam flats, and then they'll start to mix in the flat zones. So what you're going to see here is that when we run this is going to work like a B gap loop, and it's going to come in very, very quickly. And right there, I didn't even really mug or occupy the center. Now, one of the keys to this is your user. If you kind of just hover over the A gap about 2 to 3 yards off the ball, this will make the offensive line look at you and make this blitz even more effective. So you see that this is a very, very quick blitz because that nose tackle that we shifted over to the left or the right will occupy the guard on that side, and this opens up a loop that we can exploit. Now, believe it or not, this loop blitz cannot be dumbed out by play action blocking. A lot of players are used to running play action to stop A gap loops. This one is not countered by that at all. And the best part about this, now hold your thoughts, I am going to tell you the best part about this, but if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. If you guys want even more, make sure you guys check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. This blitz was on Gridiron Game Plans almost 3 months ago as one of those counters to the play action loop counter that we were just talking about 20 seconds ago. So my customers on the website get access to the best tips that focus on the meta or the things that the best players online are doing, the most effective tactics available. Our weekly updated vault will keep you on top of the meta. Our lab sessions inside of our Discord are included at no additional charge, and you get all offensive and defensive game plans, which you might pay 30 bucks for a game plan just alone on our competitors' websites. You guys get every single game plan at no additional charge in addition to your vault and your Discord access. So make sure you guys take advantage. $9.95 a month unlocks the website, $14.95 if you want to bundle both Madden and college football. Now back to the video. Now, the cool thing about this setup is that we actually don't have to put the right of screen defensive end in a rush assignment. One thing you might do with this is contain, but you actually have the ability with this player. Let's say for whatever reason, I'm playing a hard flat on the left and I want to lurk on the left as well with Urlacher after the snap. That's going to leave the hook area on the right a little bit susceptible. So what I might do is drop Khalil Mack into a vertical hook, or I might bluff blitz him so he drops over the middle into a 3-rec. Again, this is up to you, but as long as you do your job occupying in this area, once the ball is snapped, you can go ahead and run over to the other side, and we have ourselves a 3-man loop pressure. And the best part about this is we could go left or right with this very, very quickly. Again, all we're doing is audibling into this play, pinching our linebackers, and then we choose whether or not we want to slide left or right. We've been only shifting our defensive line left. Let's go ahead and go to the right side here. So I'm going to move Poe over. We're going to blitz Urlacher. Now, Urlacher is in the loop blitz, and we're going to occupy the mirrored position. Again, when we were using Urlacher, it's about 2 to 3 yards over the ball, kind of in that A gap area. You can even get over the center if you want. That's really the key player to occupy. And then that opens up the A gap for you, or the B gap rather, for that player to come in. I said A gap because it comes in about as fast as an A gap. So again, this is one of those blitzes that is so valuable because you can run this really at any point in time and be able to get easy pressure on the quarterback. You see here, I can very easily set this up and only rush the 3. And, you know, to be honest with you, even the disengage angles from the nose tackle are pretty good if you run a Colossus. So even when it gets picked up, a lot of times this pressure is actually quite good. I would say with this, if you guys do a good job of mixing up rushing 3 and rushing 4, your opponent really won't have a great way to counter this. You can also spy with this. This is a huge thing that you can do. Again, getting over the center and occupying him is huge. And then look at that Colossus through the middle with the basically the 3-man rush. So with this allows you to get your Colossus one-on-one as well. It's such a good blitz that you guys can mix in, and your opponent won't be able to slide protect it. One thing that I do want to say before we get out of this video is if they do try to slide protect left or right, this does not impact this. So you'll see right here, I'm going to do a slide protection. You see that slide protecting half slide is the same targeting. So note here, when I do a half slide, the block targeting doesn't change. When I do a full slide, the targeting does change. Now, the cool thing is if they are full sliding to this, this can't be picked up because they're going to let the right of screen defensive end essentially come in free, and you're still going to get that loop. So it's not really like full sliding on this is something that will actually work. So again, I mentioned this cannot be blocked with 5 guys out of empty. It can't be blocked with 5 guys at all. So if you guys want to use this against other 5-out offenses, by all means, make sure you guys do so. The only downside is probably the run fits, just because you are, you know, allowing 3 offensive linemen to basically just block a user linebacker and an edge. So it is a little bit unbalanced as a run defense, but again, that doesn't mean that you can't shift it. If your opponent is going to run the ball right, you could go ahead and, you know, kind of run this like so that way they're constantly running the ball into the blitz as well. So keep that in the back of your mind as you guys run this. But I'm gonna get up out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys later this afternoon with a short, or tomorrow with another long form video upload. Until then, this is Han. Get in the lab and good luck.